Hey plant peeps, welcome to El Pilar Orchids and thanks for checking in. Want to look tonight at a new genus to us and somewhat interesting and not very common genus. They are the Barkeria orchids. So let's take a closer look. Here are the three Barkerias, kind of. Here's the one bloom spike inflorescence coming down from this plant that we just have draped over the top of our little grow cabinet shelf here. It probably should be mounted, but until I can find something suitable, that's where we're growing it. And it's been in bloom. It was given to us in bloom. As all of these Barkeria orchids, by Roland Schafflitzel. He is our flasker based in Switzerland, and he kind of specializes, I guess. He knows a lot about Barkerias and grows several and hybridizes them. Anyways, he gave us this plant in bloom a month ago. All of these plants he gave to us a month ago. And the second plant is this one that's grown in the glass. This is another species that, we can't really take credit for the blooms. It was in short spike when it came to us, and now finally it has opened one of the flowers, and there's a couple more buds coming on. There you go. So so that one is opening up. And this one, so this was in a flask when he gave it to us, and as you can see, has already bloomed twice. Well, each of these, there's two separate plants that we kind of mounted this thing, and I'll explain that in a second, but they had already bloomed in the flask, and we're putting on two more spikes. Each one of them is blooming again, so that's why I decided to take them out of the flask and try to get those to actually flower. This is species nervosa, species Barkeria nervosa, and this is this white one in the glass. We don't actually know. I'm still trying to exactly identify. I need to ask him. He knew which ones they were. He told us the names, and I didn't write them down. And then I'm pretty sure this one is a scandens. This is also a species. That much I know for sure. He told us the name, and I'm pretty sure this is scandens. So Barkeria scandens. Just a super quick orchid interlude. Look at the catasetum. Bud watch. Our first catasetum to bloom ever. Yeah, now back to the Barkerias. For the Barkerias, what we've read and heard is that they need a strict dry period where the roots don't, or where you don't get really any water through the winter, a dormant season. That's basically when they go into flower. And then, after, I don't know, a few months, couple months, you start to kind of give them a bit of water again, and then they'll grow new canes from the sides of the older canes. They'll grow new canes and kind of climb on each other. They are known as climbers, basically. Now the nervosa back here is a smaller one, supposedly. It will bloom as a much smaller plant. And what Roland has basically expressed to us is, one of the beauties of these Barkerias is that they will grow and flower in basically like a year almost from the pollination. So not just the flasking, but they're just super fast to bloom, even in the flask, as you can see, right? So this little dead bloom spike back here, that was already in the flask, like on the plant when we deflasked them. I did record it, but then I didn't get the audio. I'm so bad at YouTube. Yeah, hit that subscribe button for awesome orchid videos. Anyway, love the flowers on these, and I also, oops, they seem to be very long lasting. Now they're not fragrant. This genus Barkeria is not known to be fragrant, but that's okay. The nice thing about them that I am sort of now attracted to, of course, just like the catasetums, it's really nice, easy winter care. So you don't got to worry about them. I really like that. And you don't got to use water, which I also really like. And yeah, so for this one in the glass, what we've done is 2 times. We read this somewhere online about a trick for growing them or how to grow them. For this plant in the glass, 2 times since we've had it in the month, so I guess, every 2 weeks, what I've done is just like taken my hand and put it under the faucet and got water and then dripped it over the roots and just got a few drops of water down into like the root mass and where there was a tiny bit of water in the bottom of the glass, and then drained that really well. So the thing that we've read is these guys need to really have dry roots, going into night when it gets cold, and they shouldn't have wet roots for a long time. They really like to dry out fast, apparently, from what we've read. So that's what we've done for that guy. For the big one up here, the Scandens, the purple flower one, for this guy, we've only done that drizzle thing once because I figure it's a bigger plant and it has more, resource storage, and it probably doesn't need as much. Now, these are deciduous to semi-deciduous, so they will lose their leaves, and that's okay. You can see this top cane here, which had flowered at some point in the past before we had the plant. This one, whoop, yeah, it's a little bit unstable in there. That cane now is basically losing all of its leaves, and yeah, so is like this one up here, the Scandin is, as you can see, losing a couple leaves, but not worried about that. I'm not stressed at all. That's what it should do. Now this mounting, these plants do better when they are mounted from everything we've read, and basically from what I can tell about the care of them and what they need. Yeah, they would do better mounted. Now, we don't really have good luck. I've only mounted a couple orchids through the years, and basically they've all died. So yeah, I'm not really confident at all. Now, this is totally an experiment because we don't. Oh, I got the flowers by cooked in the mic thing. Oh boy. Okay. So this is really obviously an experiment. This little foam tube thing, the boss got an umbrella, and it had that on like the top of the umbrella post. And so I'm like, well, I'll try mounting an orchid on that. And so when that was the only thing I had really laying around. And I just tied the roots loosely on with some thread, and yeah, just gonna leave it like that. And again, now we deflasked this 1 week ago, and yeah, I just put it into the tray, put the lid on it. It has, almost 100% humidity in the tray normally with the lid on. But I don't want this to sit in water. So yeah, I'm not letting the roots sit in any water. Just today, this morning, I did do the drizzle thing on the roots because yeah, it's been in like 100% humidity, but also again, these should have a dry dormant period when they're going into flower. So I'll probably drip on this one more often than the other two. I'll probably do that drippy thing like once a week for the next maybe month or month and a half, and then I'll give it a little dry period. I think that's the plan. After it's done flowering, I'll really just cut back on the water a bit. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully we get more flowers. I mean, I hope this white one I can figure out, where is it? Ooh, where is it? There it is. Hopefully you can figure out what this is. So if any of you guys do happen to know which Barkeria species this is, for sure, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to find out. Yeah, I got to contact Roland and ask him. That would be the easiest way. Anyways, thanks for checking in, guys. Hope you're having a good one, and we will see you back here at Open soon.